Hello and welcome to the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, here for your fourth race of the inaugural season here at the Flat Rock Speedway in Michigan. This should be a great race, a unique racetrack, and before we get started with the Regional Pro Cup event, we have the DASCAR Lights about to perform their show on track. Let's take a look and see the starting grid. Norman Jison, car number 89, on point again, so excellent position for him to win this race. Max Watson, who's also been having a great season so far. All of his appearances have ended with him winning the race, so we'll have to see if Watson can claim another victory today, or if one of the other drivers can take it away. Norman Jison off to a good start. Max Watson did not get a good kick from the start-finish line. He's already falling back, but Jace Adapter is having a hard time catching him on the inside, so it's still double file in the back on lap 2 of this 20-lap event. But Jison, car number 89, the veteran driver from Upper State New York, he is having a great run so far. He's liking this car. And Jison, a veteran on these short tracks and dirt tracks, he knows what he's doing. A little further back in the field is the Canadian driver Dominic Cousins. And this year has been abysmal for the 88 Oregon Yellow Taxi. Now, Dominic Cousins has had some pretty poor finishes and has finished no better than second to last in any of his starts, and he's also the only driver to fail to finish a DASCAR Lights event. He failed to finish the All-Star Speedway race due to a mechanical issue, and things are not looking promising as he's falling back positions. Alex Pedro and Kate Skirvin to the inside. Jace Adapter, car number 10, keeps ping-ponging through the field. He's either near the back or near the front. Well, today he's near the front. Jace Adapter in that number 10 trying to make the pass on Max Watson, who just will not give an inch. Julian D'Artagnan Jr. has been helping him on the outside, and one of the few tracks where the inside line necessarily isn't the best, as Watson being able to hold off the 10 from the outside lane. However, Adapter still has an entire race. He still has a lot of chances to pass the 046. A little further back, car number 27, Cody Hagan, battling with Alex Pedro again. These two are always battling on track, and the fans love it, so bit of a rookie rivalry here, as they're constantly next to each other on track, as Alex Pedro gets the advantage here and is about to pass Sean Angel in the number 69. Cody Hagan's going to get kicked up to the outside, and Kate Skirvin trying to make the pass underneath. Skirvin had her career best finish last week, a second place effort to Max Watson in Scotia. Right now not doing as well, but trying to work her way up through the field. Logan York, car number 93, making the pass on James Silverfox. They've been in a tight battle for a couple of laps, but York is going to beat the, I wouldn't say veteran, but Silverfox has been in other series before, and especially a couple of noteworthy ones. Logan York, a relative unknown, still trying to work his way up through the ranks in that unsponsored number 97 Lumina. And right now, he's passing Julian D'Artagnan Jr. If he can get underneath of him, there's still time in this race to make some good passes, and Norman Jison hasn't run away with it just yet. However, Dion Scott, car number 64, sits in last place at the moment. The Australian, it looks pretty low that he's going to somehow pull out a win from this. Dion Scott has also had a pretty bad season so far, and the driver is not too happy about it, as he is currently running near the back. This car he has said, has not been working any of these weeks, so it could be an issue on the mechanical side of things, or it's just that these other cars just seem to be overpowering him. Jace Adapter, car number 10, finally was able to get by Max Watson. He's hoping that it isn't too late, though. There's only a few laps to go. Logan York making a pass underneath Watson as well. So we'll see if Watson can hold it off. D'Artagnan Jr. has been sticking with Watson because I'm assuming he assumes Max Watson is the better driver. However, Jace Adapter may have taken a little too long to get by Max Watson. Norman Jison has already pulled out a decent lead, and Adapter is not too close. He's not pulling away from Watson either, as Logan York tries to make the pass and is catching up to Jace Adapter. And York makes the pass, and now trying to take on the 10 car if he can get underneath. Jace Adapter not guarding that inside lane very well. Norman Jison, car number 89, coming to the line. 1 lap to go. He was the winner of the first DASCAR Lights race in Utica Rome Speedway, And it looks like he's en route to get his second victory as Logan York tries to make the pass on Jace Adapter for second. That's where the big battle is. Norman Jison going to take the win. Jace Adapter going to win that battle for second. So Norman Jising, his second career win. You know what? Someone needs to challenge these two because Jising and Watson have dominated all season long. Excellent performances by these two drivers, and we'll check the race results. Norman Jising transfers over to that number 95 car. He'll be in the qualifier race for the main event. Jace Adapter, an excellent run in second place, followed by Logan York, another rookie. Max Watson in fourth, followed by Julian D'Artagnan Jr., James Silverfox, Alex Pedro, Kate Skirvin, DJ Curtis, Sean Angel, Cody Hagan, Dominic Cousins, and Dion Scott rounding out the field. And Dominic Cousins stays true with no better than second to last. Let's take a look at your point standings. Now, still on top of the standings is Max Watson. Despite not running that first event, Logan York is bumped up to second place as Julian D'Artagnan Jr. is your third place car. It's Silver Fox and then Jising, who had a bad run a couple weeks ago. Kate Skirvin in sixth, followed by Jace Adapter, Alex Pedro, Cody Hagan, Sean Angel, DJ Curtis, Dion Scott, and Dominic Cousins with an almost insulting 6 points. Now let's take a look and see how the qualifier race goes. On the bottom of the screen is your starting lineup for this qualifier event. Car number 92 on the front of it. 15 drivers here today battling for 5 positions in the main event, so 10 of them will not be racing later today. We're green flag racing for the qualifier. 20 laps of racing as Michael Aurelio, the number 92, pulls away with the lead. 3 wide for second place as Norman Jising, Zachary Fitzwater, and Gabriel Messina battle for it. There's some contact in the back. I think that might be the 74 of Alex DeMarco. But Aurelio up to the race lead, trying to pull away. More contact, Jising in the roll in that number 95 machine. And now Zachary Fitzwater is trying to catch up to Aurelio and trying to make the pass. So already a wreck-filled segment. Let's take a look at that first wreck and what happened. DeMarco gets turned by Cole and gets right into the 04 of Amiyumi, still replaced with Ray Takeda. And Norman Jising, car number 95, gets turned by Jamie DeFelu. Alex Tanker is going to plow into the back of him. And we have report that Amiyumi, car number 04, has pulled that car behind the wall. They're done for today. Alex Smith is currently the cutoff point in that number 65 machine. Now it's Jamie DeFelu as he battles for it. There goes Gabriel Messina trying to make the pass, and Nick Pericles also attempting for it. Alex Smith has not had much luck in the qualifier event. He's failed to qualify for every race except the first event at Utica Rome Speedway. He even lost his primary car, and oh, he's got sent under the line. He gets into Jake Williams. He was turned, and now he is going to fall out of that, and he is not happy about it on the radio. I'm not exactly sure who made the spin. Might have been DeFelu or Pericles. I think it might be Pericles, but Gabriel Messina, car number 77, the Brazilian driver, trying to make the show. He's now the cutoff point as Nick Pericles in the 12 works his way in. Now, Messina has not been a high-profile driver. He's not been on top of the radar, but he's been trying to keep consistent. I believe he made the Scotia race, if I'm not mistaken, so this would be 2 in a row for the high-gain machine. Things start to calm down near the front as there's a little bit of a gap between he and the 09 of Zachary Robinson. Seth Cole, car number 80, is a little further back in the pack, trying to pass Alex Smith. And look at that, 3 wide racing. Ian Dutta trying to keep the inside line, going 3 wide through turn number 2. And they're still running that way as it looks like Alex Smith is going to finally give it up. But Seth Cole has been attempting to make these races, and he's been so close, but he hasn't been able to work into the top 20 despite 2 starts. Jamie DeFelu, car number 13, has been having an abysmal qualifier round for most of the season, but today he's doing well, 3rd place for that number 13 machine. The Canadian driver trying to work his way into the top 20 in points, and as you can see near the front, we're close to encountering lap traffic. And now here's Alex Smith once again trying to make some passes to the outside of Ian Dudd. This is where the main action is on the racetrack, as Smith just cannot get a break today. This car is not handling well, and his attempts to pass Ian Dutta are failing. But going through these turns, looks like Jake Williams trying to make it a 3-wide battle if Smith leaves the inside line open. Dutta has been desperately trying to make the show, but he's missed every race so far. Oh, well, we have contact. Smith has spun Dutta and has slid into the pit lane. Alex Smith now even further behind. And oh my god, this is a replay. It looks like Norman Jysing makes some heavy contact with Ian Dutta in the number 3. So that's going to put him out of it as well. Alex Smith has gotten back onto the racetrack in front of the battle for the position, the transfer spot. Zachary Robinson trying to make the pass. The 65 car radically driving. He's going to wreck Gabriel Messina, car number 77. The officials are none too happy with Alex Smith, and I wonder if they're going to say anything as they've already called him to pit road. But on track right now, car number 92, Michael Aurelio. Looks like he's almost unchallenged. Oh, wait a second. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater. Can Fitzwater make a pass? Aurelio leaves it open, but he's going to keep the lead, and he will win here at the Flat Rock Speedway, the qualifier event, so he will get 5 bonus points and make the show. He's followed by Zachary Fitzwater, Jamie DeFelu, Nick Pericles, and Zachary Robinson. They're all going to make the race. Seth Cole, Skylar Dixon, Jake Williams, Gabriel Messina, Alex DeMarco, all were on the lead lap but failed to qualify. Alex Smith, Norman Jysing, Ian Dutta, Alex Tanker, and Amiyumi all were laps down or out. The officials are going to have to talk to Alex Smith, and we will go to your main event. Alright, it's all down to this. Here is your starting grid for today's event. We have 40 laps to decide the winner for the event. This should be a great race, as we've seen from the previous 2 segments. A lot of notable drivers in the field, and as you can see, Joseph Onesto, the points leader, starting a little further back in the pack, so he's going to have to work his way up through the field if he wants to win today. And on the pole was the 09 car of Zachary Robinson, who actually qualified into this race, and he gets a bad start, and Jamie DeFelu, car number 13, is going to take the race lead. As Robinson was cripplingly slow, he slows down the local boy, Jeffrey Finguy, as they continue around the track. It looks like we have some trouble out there. Henry Nova, car number 07, gets turned by Eric and Rage near the back of the pack. PJ Williams, great job avoiding. Same with Colin Bartel, and that's going to hurt the 07 car's run early on in the event. And we have a report there was something else. Chris Aurelio, car number 82, was running 3 wide. And this happens. He gets spun, and look at this. Robert Piet, Chris Washer, Nick Pericles, and Zachary Fitzwater were all held up by it. So a lot of days shattered as Chris Aurelio can't afford a bad run. He's right near the tail end of the points. Jamie DeFelu, car number 13, took the race lead away from the 09 car, but Derek Pemberton has gotten to the inside in that number 28 machine. So now the Canadian driver trying desperately to battle for that lead on the outside. He can't get rid of the lead at the moment by dropping back behind him. He could try the crossover move, but it could be risky, and he finally loses it to Derek Pemberton as Zachary Robinson tries to make a pass, but Jeffrey Finguy trying to get into the mix. Chris Washer, one of the 2 local drivers at this track, 2 Michigan natives in this race. Washer is near the back of the pack due to that holdup on track from Chris Aurelio. So Washer not too happy with the way this race is going, but he still has a decent spot in the point, so he shouldn't be affected too poorly by this run. The other Michigan native is Jeffrey Finguy, who showed a lot of joy of coming back to Flat Rock, which is directly his home track. He lives near the circuit. And Finguy having a great run so far, trying to pass DeFelu in the 13. Now, he's grown up here, and this is the track he raced at when he was younger, when he was working his way up through the ranks in the racing scene. So he's back, and he's doing a great job as he is passing some pretty tough drivers out there. But at least he can say to them, he has the Utica Home Track Series win. The others do not. Joseph Onesto, as we mentioned, he had a poor starting spot, and it hasn't gotten too much better. He stayed just about the same, as he's right now behind Paul Swanson, Nathan Minazuki behind him. Now, Onesto had a bad run at the Scotia Speed World, and he still kept the points lead because he had such a big lead. He was first and second in his first 2 starts. But this one could affect him because there's some drivers that have been catching up to him running near the front of the pack. So while he doesn't have Washer to worry about, Pemberton is definitely an issue. Jeffrey Finguy, car number 9, has been trying to catch up to the 13. He has officially cleared Jamie DeFelu, but now the pass is going to have to be on the 28 car, but he's starting to lose him, so Pemberton might have a bit of a cushion. Jamie DeFelu has not given up, though. He has been chasing Finguy down these couple of laps, and he's trying to make it close. Good run by Finguy. We'll have to see if he can catch up soon. James Shelley, car number 99, the English driver, having a great run today. He passes Alex Hawkins for a spot in the top 5, as there's Zachary Robinson, who is your pole sitter. Now, James Shelley has been pretty quiet on track. He hasn't been getting into much trouble, but he hasn't been doing some outwardly great runs, but he's been keeping consistent, and he's in the top 10 in points, so he might be a factor later on in the season if he can just pull off that victory. Derek Pemberton, car number 28 in the race lead. He signed up a 3-car team in the Utica Home Track Series with the Pemberton family. He's here on a solo effort in the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, and he's doing a great job. He's been very consistent this season, but has been lacking in that breakthrough finish. This could be the day, but Jeffrey Finguy right on his back bumper. Finguy knows his way around here. Pemberton, I believe this might be the first time he's ever been here, so it could be a challenge, as Finguy right on the back bumper. He will not let him go, and Pemberton desperately hoping that he can catch lap traffic to keep the 9-car at bay. Paul Swanson, car number 000, is going to pass Joseph Onesto, but Onesto trying to make it 3 wide when there isn't a room for 3 wide. He's trying to split the 92 and 000 when there really isn't space, and he's going to lose out on this one, as Nathan Minazuki's going to get underneath of him. Paul Swanson, the 000, while we're on him, has not had a very notable season so far. But this is a decent run for him, as he's trying to work his way up through the pack. He didn't have the best start to this race, but the race is still young. He still has a chance to move up. But Nathan Minazuki trying to make a challenge underneath. Finguy also trying to make a challenge. He was so close to getting by the 28 car there, but just couldn't get it done. The 28 car has been running a higher line, which is not good for this racetrack. You want to be on the dead bottom, which Finguy has been able to keep very well, but Pemberton has just been getting him on pure speed. As Finguy has just not been able to get low enough, he gets a little too high, and DeFelu catches up. Finguy giving it another go in this turn, and no, he's going to miss it, and Pemberton's going to slide back in front of him. Finguy still has a chance, though. As we take a look at Vincent Allen, the 01, who won last week, having another great run. Now, he was not locked into the All-Star Speedway, was able to win that qualifier and get the 5 points, and it's been uphill ever since, as he's running just on the outskirts of the top 10, beating Anthony McCurry in the 34. So Vincent Allen, a great show from the 01 machine, even though he's not directly in front of everyone else. Solid top 10 effort for him, as McCurry tries to make the pass, and Jackson Darby gets a little out of line. James Shelley is going to make it by the pole sitter, the 09 of Zachary Robinson. That's going to add an extra bonus point to his points total by the end of the race. Shelley happy with the race car. I think if he had a little more time, he might be able to catch up to Pemberton. Robert Piet, car number 047, has been having some great runs this year. This is not one of them. He's slid all the way to the back. He's still beating a couple of drivers like Eric Rage and Chris Aurelio, but he was hoping for a much better effort going into this race weekend. This could hurt him in the point standings, along with a couple other drivers back there like Eric Rage, who is up near the top of the standings, and especially Chris Aurelio, who is just barely locked in, and this could send him back to the qualifier. Joseph Onesto still trying to make some passes. He lost a spot to Jordan Culp in the 5, as Culp has already passed about 4 drivers. Make that 5 as he tries to get by Michael Aurelio. Onesto really needs to scramble if he wants a chance at keeping that points lead, because the more Pemberton's up front, the less of a chance that Onesto has. Pemberton has pulled out his race lead on car number 9. Finguy, I think, may have used up his car in that attempt at making the pass, and Pemberton, despite not running the best line on track, has been steadily keeping ahead of him. And look at that, lap traffic. If he catches him, this could hurt or help him. Prudence Littlejohn, car number 50, making the pass on Vincent Allen. I believe this might be for 10th place, which means some of those drivers near the back have worked their way up a little bit. But Prudence Littlejohn, having a great run so far, was not locked into the All-Star Speedway race, but has been locked in ever since, and he's up there. Oh, we have some contact! Trevor Germain has wrecked Alex Hawkins, who was in the top 10, and Hawkins quite upset about that. I'm not sure what problem Germain had with Hawkins. We weren't aware of any rough driving, but Germain obviously not happy. He just dumped the 11 car. He had been trying to get by him for a couple of laps. But coming to the line, Derek Pemberton only has a minimal amount of time left. 1 more to go. Finguy is not going to be a challenge. And whoa, looks like DeFalo is going to try to make the pass underneath him. Finguy had a really bad turn 1 and 2, something has given in that car. But coming to the line, Derek Pemberton wins his first career race. Finguy, the bridesmaid yet again. As we take a look at the race results, excellent job by Derek Pemberton in getting his first career DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series win. Jeffrey Finguy just couldn't pull off second place in a row. Jamie DeFalo in third with a great effort. James Shelley in fourth, followed by Zachary Robinson, Trevor Germain in sixth, Jackson Darby, Prince Littlejohn, Anthony McCurry, and Alex Hawkins. Jordan Culp in 11th, followed by Vincent Allen and Joseph Onesto, who was able to pass a couple of drivers near the end to work his way up to 13th. He's followed by Michael Aurelio, Paul Swanson, PJ Williams, the Utica Rome winner, Robert Piet, Colin Bartel, Eric and Rage, Chris Aurelio, Nathan Minazuki, who fell back quite a bit. We're not sure what happened to him. Chris Washer, Nick Pericles, Henry Nova, and Zachary Fitzwater finishing in 25th position. Let's take a look at your top 20 in points and the drivers locked in for the next race in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And your points leader, Derek Pemberton. That win's going to catapult him ahead of Joseph Onesto by a couple of spots. He's tied in second with Jeffrey Finguy. Jordan Culp, a great effort, in fourth in points, followed by Anthony McCurry. Vincent Allen has worked his way up to sixth place. Robert Piet in seventh, followed by James Shelley, Alex Hawkins, and Jackson Darby, your top 10. Trevor Germain moves up a little bit to 11th place in points. PJ Williams back in 12th. There's Colin Bartel in 13th. Zachary Robinson is back into locked-in contention. Prince Littlejohn, Eric and Rage, Paul Swanson, Chris Washer, Henry Nova, and Nathan Minazuki round out your top 20. Chris Rio has fallen out of the top 20 in points. Well, that does it for today's race in Flat Rock, Michigan. We stay in Michigan for the next race in Kalamazoo for our 5th race of the season. I hope you'll join us there. Thank you for watching. So long.